So greetings from Pennsylvania once again, and welcome to the new year. At least for me, today's January 1st. Of course for you, by the time I upload this video, who knows when that will be. Might even be February. That's the way it is. I know some people still don't quite understand it. I might talk about that a little bit in this video again, but that's just kind of the way it works for me and other YouTubers as well. But yeah, first hike of 2024. And I'm here in Swatara State Park. So you might guess where I'm headed. I was thinking about doing something else today, but my legs are still a bit wonky from a recent adventure in West Virginia. I might talk about that a little bit later as well. Yeah, but we're gonna head up to the Bordner cabin. I got some hot chocolate and coffee mixed together. I thought I'd take opportunity for this hike to just talk about what my plans are for this new year, for 2024. I don't think I've ever done that before, but I think I will do that in this video. Talk about what new series I plan to do, what series are going to be continued, which ones are going to be coming to an end, and maybe some other plans that I have. Of course, all plans are subject to change, though. That's the way it is. But a pretty nice day out here for January 1st. Going to be in the low 40s. Parking lot wasn't too full. Most people have off today. This is Monday. So maybe people are out here fulfilling their New Year's resolution too, to get some exercise. That's possible as well, but not too busy. I'm sure any number of those people parked in the parking lot are headed to the Bordner cabin too. We'll see. But I'm willing to share it today, this new year. Yeah, a lot of people still think that when I film a video and upload it that I was out there that day filming, you know, the very day that the video is uploaded. It almost never happens that way. Most videos are published, like you say, you know, several weeks after they were filmed. That's just kind of the way it works. So when it comes to life, I don't live what they call paycheck to paycheck. I have money saved up in the bank, but I do the same with videos. You don't live video to video. I have a savings account of videos. I like to have, you know, upwards of 20 videos saved up and ready to be uploaded at any given time. I mean, there are times like today where I go out and film just one video, but many days when I go out I film multiple videos in one day. On some of those trips I take, you know, during the summer, you know, like a 3-day trip, I might make 12 or 16 videos all in one trip. So those all get kind of a backlog. It just makes it so that if for some reason I can't get out and film, say I get sick, or I get injured, or just get busy, or just want some time off, it's okay. I still have videos that I can upload. You know, I don't be stressed out like, oh no, I gotta get a video out. It's okay if I can't film for a little while because I have a savings account of videos to put out. So that's kind of the way it works. You know, I just recently got back from a trip out to West Virginia. Actually, that turned out to be my last video in 2023. That was an epic adventure. I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling it physically. And I got up at 4 in the morning, headed down to meet my friend Todd at his house, and we drove further down to West Virginia. Met up some with his family, his cousins and stuff. We were in that cave. Man, that was amazing. And that video has probably been up already. If you haven't seen it, go watch that one. But yeah, on the way there, we were riding in the back of like 4-wheelers or those side-by-sides. The one I was in had like a little pickup bed in the back. So I was kind of sitting on my knees with my head above the cab, kind of looking out over the top. But because of that, I was bracing myself. It was very bumpy. We were like just going through the woods and stuff. But I was bracing myself with my upper leg muscles, which I don't normally do. I don't think, in an everyday walking, hiking. So the following day, my upper leg muscles on the top were just aching, to say the least. They still bother me just a little bit today, but getting over it. And then, of course, last night was New Year's Eve, and for the first time in a very long time, I actually stayed up till midnight. I was at a friend's house with a bunch of other friends, and actually had a really good time. Didn't get home till who knows when. I think I went to bed at 2 o'clock, so to say the least, I didn't get up early today. which is another reason why I decided not to do a longer hike today. I was contemplating doing another section of the Horseshoe Trail, but you know, not after the past couple days. So today's kind of like a recovery day for me. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into, like I said, we're going to talk about the future of this year, what we plan on doing and stuff like that. So I thought we'd start with talking about which series will probably be coming to an end this year. And speaking of the Horseshoe Trail, which I just mentioned earlier, that is one of the series that will be coming to an end. I'm just trying to think in my head. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 8 or so more hikes I have left to do with the Horseshoe Trail. So that might come to an end even before winter's over. So that's one series that we're, you know, it's going to continue into this year, but it'll be coming to an end this year. Good old Horseshoe Trail. And another series that's probably coming to an end this year will be the following the Union Canal series, because I kind of took a little break from that, but that will be picking up again hopefully this spring. Like I said, we made it through Berks and Lebanon counties. Just got to finish up Dauphin County, but I've been already started writing letters for trying to get permission for those properties that we got to get to. We'll see how that works. You know how that went. Sometimes we get success with that, sometimes not, but that should be finishing up too. Same with our French and Indian War series / Pontiac's War series. I do have some places out in Western PA that I want to get to yet with the French and Indian War, like the French forts that were out there yet. Because we've been to Fort Duquesne several times, but there's some other French forts out there. Got a few more videos about that to do yet, even concerning Pontiac's War, which came right after. So, and some of these series, like the Union Canal and the French and Indian War, these are series that in some ways will never officially come to an end. You're always going to discover more about them, but in some ways they'll come to an end, if that makes sense. And another series that'll probably, well, hopefully will come to an end is our Pennsylvania State Park series. As you know, we're trying to get to every one of those in Pennsylvania. There are 124. We've been to 109 of them. Got to quite a few this past summer, so I think we only have like 15 left. So hopefully we'll get to all those. I think there's one left in southwestern PA, Allegheny Island State Park. And most of the rest are in north central and northwest PA. So you know we'll definitely, or at least hopefully, be out in that area this summer. Northwestern PA, north central. I feel like I've neglected that region. I don't think we've filmed anything really in northwest PA yet. It's the farthest part of Pennsylvania from me. But along with the Pennsylvania State Park series would be our Pennsylvania County High Point series too, that hopefully will wrap up this year. There's 67 counties. I'm trying to get the highest point each county. I think we're up in the upper 50s. And all the ones I need are out there, mostly in northwestern and north central. I have one in southwest, Washington County. So the plan is to wrap those two things up. They're finishing them up means going to that same area. Yeah, and speaking of that area, we need to get out to the Allegheny National Forest as well. Tons to do out that way. I guess I feel like I've neglected that region of Pennsylvania, but it's not as easy to get for me to get. It's a little farther, like I said, for me to travel. So, but that's no excuse. We're gonna try and get out that way this summer. So much to do out there. Another series that we might possibly finish this year would be our Covered Bridge series. I've done 99 of them so far, and there's roughly 200, so we did half of them. I'm trying to think of when I first started. Anyway, so it's possible. We'll see. I don't know. There's still a lot of covered bridges to do yet. And then there are the series that will continue onwards. You know, we have the edible medicinal plant series. We'll be continuing on with that. I don't know if that will ever have an end. I think I started one on poisonous plants in Pennsylvania. I think I started one on mushrooms in Pennsylvania too. Waterfalls in Pennsylvania. I think I have a playlist for that. Maybe only 2 waterfalls in there right now, but yeah. So there's some that will continue on. I want to get back up into the Delaware Water Gap area again. I think I found some interesting sites recently for that. I'm going to continue exploring places like Michaud State Forest. Recently I've done some videos out there. I'm going to continue making videos of just exploring. It's a vast area. There's so much there to explore, so many trails, so many hidden things. So we're going to continue that as well. Got to pick up my Delaware Canal series. I know people asked about that. I did an intro to that series like last spring and I kind of let it go. There's one reason. I was trying to figure out how to handle the first episode and I got kind of hung up a little bit on something, but I'll explain that in the first episode. But we gotta get back to that too. Also that Treasure in Pennsylvania series. Got to do more on the Doan Gang and other things. That's the problem. There's so many good things to film. All right, but what about what plans for new things to do this year? Some of these I hinted at last year. I didn't get started with them. Some of the trails. I know I mentioned the Appalachian Trail in Maryland. I think I mentioned that last year already. Gunshot, but anyway, we gotta get that going this year. Might start that this winter actually. Some sections. There's a trail nearby there called the Catoctin Trail. I think that's how you pronounce it. We might. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. It's kind of right next to the Appalachian Trail. Another trail I was looking at last year was the Standing Stone Trail. I was looking at starting it this past fall, but parts of that trail go through private property and they're closed during hunting season, which basically starts in September. So I wasn't gonna skip those sections. So I think once camping season starts up, we'll pick that up. That's a possibility. And just recently I purchased maps for what's called the Mason-Dixon Trail. I may have talked a little bit about that in the past, but it's similar. It looks like it has a similar feel to the Horseshoe Trail. It goes through some wooded areas, there's some road walks, it goes through some built up areas too. It starts over near Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania in Cumberland County. I think it's on what's called Whiskey Springs Road. It goes through Cumberland, York County, gets to the Susquehanna River, heads down into Maryland, crosses the river, goes near what's called Northeast Maryland, goes over the state of Delaware, heads back up to Pennsylvania, goes back into Delaware, and it finishes back up in Pennsylvania. It's longer than the Horseshoe Trail, but it should have a similar feel. But that one might take me several years. We'll see. But got that one. I don't know if someone's target practicing out there or not, but I got that one going through my mind too. So we'll see. And another one that I think I mentioned last year, but I just didn't get it started yet, was doing a series on mountain lions in Pennsylvania. There's a huge controversy about that. But I'd bought some trail cams with some number of gift cards that viewers and students and people had given me from Cabela's. So the idea was to do something similar to my Bigfoot in Pennsylvania series, was to tell stories of mountain lion sightings here in Pennsylvania. There's a website for that, multiple websites. I'd make an intro video talking about the history of all that too. But then to set trail cams up in those areas and see if there's indeed, because if you're gonna prove that they're there, then you gotta capture actual evidence of them. And of course, speaking of the Bigfoot in Pennsylvania, that's another series that will continue. I know some of you love those videos and some of you hate those videos, but I kind of like telling you a story. I kind of like finding an interesting one and sitting down in the woods with you near where the story happened, just telling you the story and seeing what you think about it. So those will continue. I should probably set trail cams up for those videos too, but we'll see. So there's a lot of people coming back from the direction of the Bordner cabin. So maybe it won't be as full, we'll see. I'd like to have a little bit of quiet when I film up there. I'm gonna have some hot chocolate up there, like I said. But if there's people there talking, it is what it is. It's just nice. It is a nice spot to have by yourself sometimes. Sit out and look over the waterfall that's up there. But yeah, we were talking about what new series. Yeah, since our French and Indian War series / Pontiac's Wars coming to kind of an end. You know what that means. I'm not sure if we'll start it this summer or not, but at least get the wheels turning. The Revolutionary War in Pennsylvania. So there's tons of material on that one. That would definitely be a multi-year series. A lot of material on that. And another one that's kind of been working in my mind, I know I'm trying to get to every state park in Pennsylvania. I don't actually have a playlist for that one, but when I'm done with that, I would actually like to start over again visiting every state park, but do a more thorough video on each state park, kind of, you know, summarizing everything that state park has to offer in some ways, but not in a boring way, but actually, like, you know, if there's hiking, do hiking. If they have, you know, a lake, do kayaking, camping, showing the highlights of that state park, but not in, like I said, a boring way, but actually doing those things, taking you with me on doing those things. Because I know some state parks I visited, I didn't really spend a whole lot of time there. I just kind of popped in, looked around, took off, went to the next spot. But I'd like to spend, like, just give a more thorough video for each state park. I've been thinking about doing that for some surrounding states too, like Maryland and New Jersey, branching out a little bit more. Speaking of which, I did get to other states this year. Just got back from, I was in West Virginia twice. We were up in New York several times. I'm trying to think if I've been in Maryland, but I'm not sure if I filmed there. Or New Jersey, but anyway. Trying to, hopefully we'll get out a little bit more, some other states this year too. Mainly I'm thinking back coming to New England again. Like 2 years ago we were up there, that was just amazing. I'd like to get to the high points of New York, Vermont and New Hampshire at least. At least get into Maine. I've never been to Maine before. I'd like to at least visit a little bit. Don't know if it gets to the high point this year or not, Mount Katahdin, but I don't know. I'd like to at least get there. Anyway, I think oh, right, here's the border cabin. Let's go visit up here a little bit, and on the way back, well, it depends on how many people up here. We might talk a little bit more up here. But anyway, talk more about plans for this year yet. Let's head up, find a spot to have some hot chocolate, check out the waterfall. And there she be, our old friend. Just one group of people is leaving down there. We so see. I'm not sure if anybody else is up here. The water is definitely flowing now, so that's good for waterfall action up here. Let's see if we have the place to ourselves. I don't hear anybody. Whoa. Oh. A few people. So I mostly have the place to myself. There was one couple here that kind of recognized me from my videos, but they're a young couple exploring the waterfalls a little bit, but I have the cabin to myself for a little bit here. The waterfall is really flowing. Especially when you come here, there's not much coming down, but we'll take a look a little bit more in a moment here. We're going to enjoy our hot coffee first though. Well, farewell to the Bordner cabin for now. Of course, you know me, we'll be back someday. I should probably do a video on the history of this cabin at some point. I know some people had asked in the past about it, but yeah, kind of cool. I never had it completely to myself, but enough to get some, I think, some cool footage of me looking out the window and stuff, so. Alright. Yeah, I think a lot of times I like to climb up that waterfall. You know, there's that tunnel up there and stuff, but not today. My legs are still feeling a little bit like jelly from that West Virginia trip. And rocks are pretty slippy today, so. Alright. Let's start heading back. Still got some more stuff to talk to you about. Some more plans, some more video ideas and series. I think I've said most of what I want to say, but a few more ideas going around in my head. So definitely more camping videos. I don't think I did as near as much camping as I would have wanted to this past summer, but you know, recently I discovered, you know, the state forest camping sites, which I kind of knew about already, but I actually started using them, and they're kind of nice. And there's an endless number of opportunities with those. You know, I'll still be camping at state parks too, because I'm still trying to get to different state parks. So the ones that have camping, obviously I'll probably camp at those yet. And all kinds of things that go along with camping. I'd like to do more different types of cooking. I know I got some cast iron stuff recently. I haven't done as much with it as I would like to. Just try different things. Maybe some more rustic camping, backpacking, what they call tarp camping, where you just have a tarp. Different things like that. I know recently I filmed a video where I did like a campsite tour of a particular state forest area, I think Weiser State Forest. As of today, filming, I haven't uploaded that video yet. By the time you see this video, it will have been uploaded, if that makes sense. But I'm not sure what people will think of that yet, but I plan on doing more of that, touring those sites. Not just for you guys, but for myself, like I explained in that video. See what those sites are like. You know, maybe some kind of catch and cook videos where I go fishing, catch some fish, and actually cook them out there in the woods. Maybe more of that bushcraft stuff. I haven't done anything like that recently. Like go out in the woods, build a shelter, sleep in it overnight, or actually, you know, I'm doing an edible medicinal plant series, but it's cool to make some videos. Oh yeah, I was just thinking about that anyway. Where I go out and look for them randomly in a video, see what we can find that might be edible or not. You know, I gotta write these ideas down, because that was one I was thinking about earlier this year. Was doing it, just doing, I might do random walks in the woods sometimes anyway, but just to pretend like maybe that we're lost. You know, it's something like that, and just walk around the woods to see what is edible and what's not, like how well would we survive, you know, something like that. Just find edible things, maybe even cook them up a little bit, I don't know, something like that maybe. Go fishing, catch some fish, find some mushrooms, non-poisonous ones, throw them in there too. I don't know. I forgot about that, because it's a problem sometimes for me. There's so many different things going on in my mind. I do have notebooks full of stuff, of information. I just gotta look back through those notebooks sometimes. But yeah, there's some other ideas. Metal detecting too. Hold on a second, I just want to switch hands. My one hand gets tired of holding the camera up. But yeah, like I said, I was just in West Virginia earlier with my friend Todd, who does metal detecting. But I do have like 3 permissions that I found or got to do some metal detecting this past summer, but I ended up not doing it then. Not because I didn't want to, anyway, that's the problem with having so many different ideas. But it'd be a cool thing to add on to my channel, since I do history stuff anyway. Why not? Because one of the places I visited for the Union Canal. He had mentioned doing some metal detecting there. And 2 other houses that I know are friends of mine, some old houses. So there's another idea. But for someone like me who films all the time, it's good to have a variety of different things to film. You know, then you have just an endless number of possibilities. I feel like it's good to mix it up a little bit too, video-wise. Offer a variety of things for people to watch. You know, but Lord willing, we'll be able to do all these things this year. You never know. I mean, things change. You know, hopefully we can do these things. You never know. You never know sometimes what will happen. Not trying to be negative, but sometimes, you know, you do get injured. Like I said, I was watching someone, a channel I watched, you know, she twisted her ankle, she couldn't really do much filming for 2 months. So things like that could, hopefully that doesn't happen to me, but things happen. So that's the plan. You can plan, but sometimes things don't go according to plan. But it's always good to make plans. Oh, if that makes any sense. But anyway. But I think that'll be it for now. There's probably some more things I wanted to say, other ideas, but I think I've got plenty already. Just hoping for a good year. I had some great adventures recently. Like I said, I was in West Virginia. I was up in New York with my friend Kathy and Jay. Her son Danny was along. There was that mine tunnel behind the waterfall. That was amazing. In a way that kind of like re-energized me a little bit. Just amazing. It makes you realize once again that there's just super cool stuff out there to find, to film and to explore. So anyway, thanks for coming along with me on this little adventure. Plans for the new year. Sharing some hot chocolate with you while I got to drink, but you got to watch me in the cabin here by the waterfall. Beautiful day. All right, thank you for your support, guys. Everything you guys do for me, support-wise, is greatly appreciated. So, hopefully we'll see you on the next one, wherever this year takes us.